Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to start a new series of trying to crochet them all Pokemon. So I bought this book when I was first starting to learn how to crochet, and I wanted to do make every Pokemon in this book, and there are 20 different Pokemon. So the first one was Gengar, and I already made him. I'll try to insert a picture. I actually made him twice. So the first one is really bad. Oh, it's not really bad, but it's kind of bad. And then the second one, I kind of had a little redemption. I made that for one of my coworkers. We did a little craft trade, and he made me a cross stitch. So that was really cool. The next one in the book was a Jigglypuff, and there were some improvements there just in me learning how to crochet, so I could see the improvements, so it helped me to keep going. And then the next one was Wobbuffet. Again, I see some improvements that I could have made. I was trying to learn how to properly put on the faces. Some of it's embroidery, some of it you cut out some felt and glue it on. And so with each one, it was getting better and better. Then the next was Snorlax, and I don't have any of these right now with me. I've taken them all up to my workplace, and they're just hanging out on my desk. And so then one that I actually do here, because my husband claimed it, is Pichu. So I have this little Pichu here. Looks pretty good. And he's my best one so far. There are things that I would like to change about it. I feel like, I don't know, maybe his head could have been turned just a little bit more. Maybe that's just me looking too much into it, but he's pretty good. So my husband claimed this little guy. And then after that, I actually sold this one. Made a Charmander, and again, for all the ones that I'm not able to show right now, I'll try to insert a picture for you. But I made a Charmander for another coworker, and he actually bought that, so I might have to make another one. Then the next one I'm in the book, so I'm going in order for the book. So the next one is supposed to be Dragonite, but I remember I stopped making these because it was getting close to Christmas time, and I wanted to make some of these for some family. So the next one that I actually ended up making was a Pikachu, and I made that for my husband's dad, and that guy, I think Pikachu turned out really nicely. So I'll try to again put another picture up in here. And then my brother, he really likes Pokemon, and so does he really likes Bulbasaur, and so does my husband. So I actually have two Bulbasaur almost finished. So you can see here is one that I've got, and it's okay. Could be better, but it's okay. And then here is the other Bulbasaur I got. So you can see he's further along. He's got his seed pouch here, the bulb on his back. He just really needs his face and his little nails, and he's actually done. What I was wanting to do is put candy in, because it's hollow in here. Like I said, I was making these during Christmas last year, And so what I wanted to do is put candy in here, and this would be the Christmas gift for my brother. So hopefully he's not watching right now, and isn't spoiled, because I may just finish this, and that'll be his Christmas gift. So yeah, have that, and yeah, the other one. So slightly different colors. I wanted them to be slightly different, just cause why not? And then I also, so another one of my coworkers, he wants a Wobbuffet, so I'm in the process of making it. Really tiny hook. Lately I've been mainly using a 5mm and a 6.5 crochet hook, and this one is a 2.5, so going down to that, I'm not used to it anymore, so I'm trying to get used to that again. But I have a Wobbuffet right here, and then I also have an Eevee head that I started. So yeah, that's where I'm at on this. I also, this author, Sabrina Somers, she made a volume 2 of this book, so I went ahead and bought that as well. So yeah, all that to say, I'm going to turn this into a little Crochet Them All Pokemon series. And we'll just kind of pick up where I left off. So we'll finish the Bulbasaurs, we'll finish the Wobbuffet, we'll finish the Eevee, and then we'll actually start back up in the order that the book has them in. And so we'll start back up with Dragonite at that point. And I think I actually do have the colors that are here for Dragonite. But if not, I guess we'll have to go yarn shopping. So, yeah. So, I guess we'll finish the Bulbasaurs, because that'll take the least amount of time. And then we can go on to the Wobbuffet and then the Eevee, because those two are kind of at the same point. But alright, yeah, let's get crocheting. Hello. It's actually been a few days since I filmed that intro, and so I'm actually ready to get started on finishing up these two Bulbasaurs that I have. So kind of two different variations. All I need to do is, so I need to, for this guy, I need to make the petals for his top half. And I have his ears, so I need to, I have his ears, so I need to sew his ears on. And then I'll sew his body, or his bulb on. And then that way I can just do the face and the toes for both of these guys. I don't know if I'll do the toes. The pattern does recommend it. My dog thinks it's a toy for him. The pattern does recommend it, but I don't know, I kind of like not having it, so probably end up not having it on there. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on the leaves, and then we'll put everything together. And I actually do already have, oh, this got really tangled. I already have a leaf started right here, if I can get it untangled. I'm gonna get this untangled and get this started, And we got to do 6 of these, I believe. So we'll make 6 of these, put them together, and then we can actually finish this out. Alright, so here is bulb number 1 finished. I have to make 5 more of these, and at the end of the 6th one, you're going to connect them all together and do a round of decreases, and then you can actually crochet it onto, or sew it onto the body. So I'm going to spare y'all from watching me make 5 more of these, and I'll check back in when this is done and we're ready to sew everything onto the bodies. Alright, hello. I'm just finished the last petal for the bulb. In the pattern, you leave the last one attached to the ball so then you can connect them all together. So now I'm just going to do that, and then we will finally be done, and we can stitch it on to the body, stitch his ears on, and then we can just do the faces, and then both of these guys will be done. So yeah, I'm gonna stitch these or sew all these guys, all these petals, if I can talk. I'm gonna sew all these petals together and check back in after that, and then we can sew on the bulb to the body. Okay, so the bulb is pretty much closed. I have this one side I need to close up, but it is done, right? Now I need to stick it on, right? And then I need to do the ears that I have over here on the side, and then I'll have the faces, and then this will be done. So I gave myself a really long tail, probably too long, but I gave myself a really long tail so I can sew it on here onto the body, and then I can sew up the side of the bulb and kind of close it out, because I think it was a nice idea to have this open so I could put like candy or something in it, but I don't know, it's also really annoying. So, oh well. If I ever make this again, I can change it. Because I don't think in the pattern it actually says to like close it, so it closed completely, but that's okay. So yeah, let's sew this on. I gotta figure out where it says to on the body. Alright, so they are finished. This one looks a little dorky. The eyes could be better for both of them, but to be fair, I had started these last year when I was very early on into crocheting. So I think for the most part they turned out pretty good. They're a little, like I said, wonky. This one is open because I don't know if I mentioned it, but this was going to be the Christmas present to my brother, and I was going to put like a bunch of like Hershey Kisses in here or other candies and gift it to him. So they're okay. I could definitely do better, and maybe we'll have a redemption for Bulbasaur, but overall the pattern I think is really good. It walks you through it really well. So just the wobbliness is totally user error, but I now have 2 Bulbasaurs. This one is probably going to go live on my desk at work with my other Pokemon, my Jigglypuff and Gengar and Wobbuffet. So adding to the Pokemon collection. So yeah, that's going to be it for this first episode of the Crochet Them All series. And I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment and a like below. Let me know what Pokemon you want to see next, specifically out of the book. I'll try to list them all that I have to do next, so that maybe we can pick the next one, or I'll just do a little spin wheel and we can see what we get. Otherwise I may just go in the order of the book. But anyway, yep, that's going to be the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all in the next one.